Oh, bummer.
Oh, bummer. Kid dies. Hola, Toman. Welcome to the casa. Today, Super Sabbath Sunday. What is Super Sabbath Sunday? And who's this man? Well, I'm Underdog, by the way. If you don't know, Super Sabbath Sunday is a day that we come together with your friends, your pops, your mops, your moms, and grab some snacks, grab some gums. I don't remember having that on my table, but okay. Super Sabbath Sunday is a day that we come together and rest, because the Lord rested on the seventh day, and because of that, we too will also rest. So come join me in that rest, and oh wait, okay, hi. What is wrong with this thing? I hope you enjoy. I saw a little bit of it and I thought that maybe the Toe Man at the casa might want to watch it with me. It's called Why You Wouldn't Survive in Ancient Egypt. First frame, fantastic. Let's get into it.
Well, now you've done it. You fell down a weird witch's wormhole and landed yourself in ancient Egypt. So, can you survive? Let's find out.
No. I mean, wait. Did they have racism back then? They just had classism. So I guess it didn't really matter if you had my skin color or not. So maybe I got a chance. I got a chance. Sheesh, I got a chance. Who knew?
The first thing you might ask is, which ancient Egypt? Because the entirety of ancient Egypt spanned across several thousands of years with quite a few different eras.
Dang.
Let's go with, the iconic New Kingdom, the height of Egyptian power and influence, and the most documented for research purposes. How convenient. Since you made it to this video, I'm going to assume that you're not a literal mouth-breathing, knuckle-dragging, fragile infant. So you can give yourself a pat on your freshly whipped back, because you've already survived the hardest part. Childhood. Being a kid wasn't easy. Since they didn't have any fancy beeping machines to hook moms up to and keep babies alive, infant mortality rates were extremely high.
Sheesh.
20 to 50% of babies didn't make it out the womb. If you survived being born, next up was surviving the world. Much harder. With things like disease, hunger, and other environmental factors out to get you, it's not going to be a stroll through Easyville. I mean, some of these kids look so frail you could practically see their blinking health bar. Hang in there, guys. Oh, bummer. Your main duty as a kid is...
Oh, bummer. Kid dies. Is that really what you have to say to that? Jeez.
Help out the family.
And he has like a death counter in the corner.
Family that brought you into this world. We're talking chores, taking care of your siblings, protecting the farm, learning the family business, everything necessary for survival. As far as food, it's whatever mama and papa could scrape together, which is mainly bread, milk, fruits, and veggies. Ever have half an onion on dry bread with warm milk? It's actually pretty disgusting, but it's what keeps you growing. Because if you don't eat, well...
Well, I understand if you don't eat, you die. That's logical. Now getting the food is another thing. But that's an interesting combination. Bread, onions, and milk. Yo, they really had it bad back then. I mean... No frontin', like we have it really good right now. We got food on demand. We got gum on demand. I mean, the fact that you're just watching this, probably eating. Like, yeah, that's right. I'm calling you out. I know you're eating. I know that you eating while watching. You're nasty.
None of that is applicable since you just got orphaned by the space-time continuum. Before we take a look at what to do next, let's see where you would fit in the grand scheme of society, because everyone has their place. Ancient Egyptian society worked in a hierarchy with rich and powerful guys at the top and everyone else at the not top. So really no change from the modern world. The head honcho around these parts is the pharaoh. He's the divine king, and whatever he says, goes. Subscribe. Just under him are his closest bros and advisors.
That's right. Subscribe, fam. What are you doing just watching till, man? Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Don't let your dreams be dreams. Subscribe today. I mean, I think I'm worth it, maybe.
Sad.
We have an educated and skilled middle class, and then a laboring lower class with slaves and servants at the bottom, which were usually foreign prisoners of war.
Dang.
Since there's a 95% chance
Farmers
that
are
you'd
the-
stick out, which were
Bro, farmers are at the bottom of the barrel. Yo, we provide the food in this country. Sheesh. I mean, I mean, you understand. I mean, I'm Hispanic, and usually they put me in the garden section of jobs, but still.
usually foreign prisoners of war. Since there's a 95% chance that you'd stick out like a turd in a punch bowl amongst a well-tanned, weird-talking population, you'd probably be captured and sold into slavery. Tough break, outsider. But let's assume you can convince the xenophobic guards that you're one cool dude. Hey, I'm one cool dude. It worked.
This language.
Time to get a job.
The language barrier would destroy
Since
you.
you can't
kill you
speak
easily.
Wingdings 3, you're gonna have to prove your worth through manual labor. Luckily, there's plenty of job to choose from, like farming, and over 90% of all ancient Egyptians were farmers.
Like
so there's
job
plenty
like
of friends
farming?
and rivals to be made. You know, see who could grow the best onions or whatever it is farmers did for fun. Finger each other's cabbages, I don't know. But your absolute best friend is the Nile River, which is your #1 source of delicious brown water for your crops. Just don't taste test it.
Oh.
Thankfully, the application process to work on a farm is no more than moving a rock from here to there. And with your stellar gamer build, you can easily get the job done. Just remember to lift entirely with your back. As a bonus, you can read and write, not in hieroglyphics, but in cooler things like letters and numbers, perfect for taking your own notes. You're hired. Now you can get to work and earn that bread. But since the Persians haven't invaded yet and introduced proper currency, you'll be working for literal bread. So you slave away for months on Bahir's family
That's
wheat
funny.
farm, eating your brown bread and sandy beer dinners while sleeping on a filthy, crusty, dusty dirt floor. Watch out for snakes, they bite. Day in and day out, you swing your sickles and your hoes, dreaming about the hoes you left behind, taking extra caution not to get too distracted. Looks like you cut off Bahir's arm. Bahir will remember that. It's then you look down and notice some squishing between your toesies. The ground's getting rather moist. The Nile's flooding, you say to no one. After you finish fighting off the invading river rats using your +7 strength copper sword, it's time to pause the farming grind and try your hand at construction while the Nile does its thing. Oh look, the pharaoh wants you to help build a new pyramid. Lucky you. Since you have countless hours placing virtual cobblestone under your belt, this sounds like a pretty sweet gig. Just keep an eye out, because sometimes it's not yourself that you need to watch out for. Daily labor is just part of your worry though, because you still have...
Wait, I thought they used slaves to build the pyramids. I mean, I could see them getting paid people as well, but I thought it was mostly made out of slaves. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, I guess.
Diseases, like slaves, are the hot and trending collectible at the time. You could even trade them to your friends if you're feeling generous enough. I got trachoma.
Spreading COVID everywhere.
Well, I've got first edition smallpox. Check it out.
Ooh.
With your 21st century wrinkle brain, you know that you need to keep clean to prevent disease. So you take a dip in the Nile to wash your many crevices.
But the Nile is
just
dirty.
Downstream of the laundry, which is downstream of the town's dumping grounds.
Of course.
Looks like you picked up a friend. A parasitic flatworm went and crawled up your roundworm. And now you have schistosomiasis. With that comes a fever and aggressive diarrhea. And since we're in ancient times, you know what that means. But little wriggling worms aren't the only threats you face. Like the infected fellas a minute back found out, there were many...
when did we get to 136? What? Did I miss something? Yo, hold up. When it was 8, and it just... Bruh, he just went to 8 to look.
Nile does its thing. Oh look, the pharaoh wants you to help build a new pyramid. Lucky you.
Bruh. He just increased it to 132. Yo, what? Just so random. I mean, sure, I guess.
But little wriggling worms aren't the only threats you face. Like the infected fellas a minute back found out, there were many different diseases sickening up the land. The most popular being tuberculosis, smallpox, and malaria. These guys would make sure that your stay in ancient Egypt would be a quick one, so be sure to swat some skeeters and tell your neighbors to cover their coughs for Ra's sake. Oh, sorry, I thought that there was a mosquito on you. Yeah, you too. Anyway, you get back to chiseling some sandstone blocks and, oh, looks like you caught Pharaoh checking out the goods. He admires your strong
What?
physique, attention to hygiene, and glistening back sweat. He even heard about your conquering of the river
Sus?
rats, and he's impressed. Those are some good qualities. Good qualities for a soldier. You just got bumped up a few societal ranks. Look at you go. Oh, Pharaoh wants to expand his empire. Well,
Oh,
now your
sucks to
promotion
suck.
makes sense.
Oh,
Time to go to war.
sucks to suck.
Being a soldier can't be too hard, right? You just pick up a shield and a sword and swing it a little. After all, people are just bigger rats. Oh, sweet, they even have the cool curved swords.
Curved swords.
It's called a khopesh, and boy does it
Nice.
hurt. But if swinging a sword ain't your style, you could opt for something a little less slashy and a little
Just
bit
like
more
a bow and
stabby.
arrow.
If you want to poke someone
Oh,
further
a
away
stabby,
but still want to be
pokey
close
thing,
enough
yes.
to revel in their death, I recommend a spear or javelin. If you really have the urge to stab someone at least a few thousand scarabs away, go for the simple
I would go for an archer because at the very least, you're in like the back, and if your team losing, right, you have time to retreat. Like they're not gonna catch you, and you could snipe them from afar. So it's not bad. It's not bad. But I do like myself a sword and shield. I do like being in the front lines. That's why I would probably die first. So there's that's also a thing.
and sweet bow and arrow. It never fails. Unless you miss. Alright, time to step onto the sandy
Unless you
battlefield and
miss.
fight for a country you just fell into. The enemies of the day are the sea peoples. No one really knows who they were, and they most likely came from somewhere north of the Mediterranean. But Pharaoh don't give a good gosh dang. They've been flaunting their stupid looking boats and shit for the last time. You, Egypt? Oh, it's so on. Now, the first thing you're gonna want to do is
It's crazy to think that like hundreds of thousands of people just die because of egos, because of one or two people's egos. Isn't that crazy to think about? Because I feel insignificant to you and your country or your wealth or whatever, I'm gonna throw like hundreds of thousands of people to like conquer you, and they're gonna die, and then I'm gonna have victory, and I'm gonna be good and feel good about myself. Like, what? We just freaking allowed that? Like, what? Oh my gosh.
Oh, damn. Alright, let's try that again. Respawn. Okay, quick time dodge the arrow. Fire your own. Oh, nice shot.
Nice.
Good arc, stable flight, and... Ugh, right on target. Good job murdering that guy with absolutely no complex backstory or family that he was fighting to protect from invaders. To him, you were the bad guy. But hey,
Yeah.
war is hell, isn't it? You keep popping off shots and taking out numerous expendable enemy NPCs. While you continue to just riddle the battlefield with arrows, you notice something in your peripheral.
Oh.
Not something, someone. Oh,
Look at
hey,
that.
Bahir. Didn't know you were a soldier. Oh, thank God. It was just a dream.
What a weird video. I keep getting these weird videos. If you want to continue me watching these really weird videos out, I will just maybe subscribe. All right, goodbye till man. This is weird. It's just weird. It's just so strange. Goodbye.